This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm delighted to be joined by Thomas Patrick Ward over Zoom. Thomas, first and foremost, how you been keeping?
Very well, thank you. Yeah, everything's been going good. Things as well. How's yourself?
I'm getting by, mate. I'm getting by. It's good to catch up with you. I know you're in the fight camp. Well, I say fight camp, the fight bubble now. How are you finding quarantine life?
Very, very boring. Very boring. There's nothing you can do. Is the just waiting for the test results to come back. Yeah, hopefully get the all clear, and then then be all right from there. At least you can mix with the coaches again.
What is this little wait like for yourself and I? What I imagine of a fight is there a little bit of like a nervous feeling in the back of your mind, thinking, oh, will it come back negative? Should I be worried or?
You know what it is? I've never really thought about it, really. Like, I feel absolutely fine. So if I come back, I've got it. I'm just going to be absolutely just shocked and devastated. You know what I mean? But it can happen. So it's happened before. So just wait and see. Hopefully, keep fingers crossed, and it comes back okay, and then we can get to our job on Saturday night.
We'll move on to the fight in a little while, but just kind of take me back over these past 7-8 months for yourself, Thomas. How frustrating a period has it been for you? Because there was a lot of talk about you being on the verge of your first crack at a world title. I imagine that this has just kind of added to your frustrations that it's taken so long for you to get back into the ring, never mind it not being for a world title.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, hopefully talks of world title, and hopefully it was going to come this year, but with everything that's went on, it's just been put back, and then we've had a few fights obviously been put back since as well. But I'm just grateful and thankful that I can get back in the ring and fight. I think this year's over with, really. So be looking for 2021 for the next big ones.
I mean, provided Saturday goes to plan for yourself, are you looking to get back out once more before the year's out, or are you fully focused on hoping that something comes off for you in 2021?
It would all depend, obviously, on the fight. I mean, obviously, we're supposed to have a good fight this time, but obviously the opponent fell through. So it would just depend on that. But if it was, yeah. But if not, the high-profile fights will probably be next year with the crowds back and so on. So probably looking at them, really.
What type of discussions do you have with kind of your management team and with Eddie Hearn and with the promoters out there to try and get a world title fight at this moment in time? Can you have those conversations, or is it a bit more kind of chaotic trying to pursue them, because it seems to be that everybody's just taking each day as it comes and you don't really know what the next day brings?
Well, that's it. I think under the circumstances at the minute, with everything that's on, I mean, I think we're just lucky that boxing is going ahead. So, the fights is being made, and at least the shows are going ahead. But as for myself, I just leave it down to my team, my management, my MTK. They're dealing with it all, and they're pushing and striving, and they will get the fights. But I mean, like, it'll take time. Obviously, it's not the right time at the minute, is it? So, we'll just see how it goes. But I'll just leave it in the capable hands of them, and they're more than capable of getting me that shot, and I'm more than capable of winning it. So, I know it will come. It is frustrating at times, but it's life. You just got to deal with it.
Just before we come on to the fight, just take me over kind of your training methods over this past 6, 7, 8 months. Has it been difficult at all to kind of get back into the rhythm? Was it difficult to get sparring partners in? What was it all like?
Yeah, well, obviously we got cancelled in April. Then with the virus coming out, we obviously wasn't back in the gym, so we're just doing our own sort of thing, just running and training at home. A few home methods and that, there's keeping on top of things, and then when things opened back up again, we did. But obviously there was no sparring for a while. But then we end up when boxing started to open up again, and there's a few shows went on, but we started getting a bit more sparring. And then I was doing a lot with Cash Farouk, who was supposed to box in this show as well. Unfortunately now again he's not. So the sparring's been ideal, really. So thankfully for that, we've got some good sparring.
Talk to me about Thomas Essomba. Why Thomas? I know you mentioned a fight fell through where he was looking to get on yourself, but how Thomas kind of came about in the end?
Well, obviously I was supposed to fight the Mexican Garcia, I think, for final eliminator for the WBO world title, but obviously that fell through on Friday or Saturday. So the time they shopped about and my team got me a replacement, the only one they could get was obviously Essomba, so he stepped up to the plate and we're fighting him. Now Thomas is somebody I know for a while because he used to be based in the northeast. He's a nice, likable fella, and I like him. But it's business on Saturday night, so we'll get to it.
Essomba, he does have a deceiving record. However, certainly last time out against Sonny Edwards, Sonny cruised to a points victory, and this time round he's stepping up in quite significantly with regards to weight. You will be a heavy favourite going into this fight. So what are we expecting to see from yourself? What should the fans expect to see from you to try and impress people, I suppose?
Well, obviously with me, it's normally I'm just strictly boxing. I'm all about boxing. Skills make a miss, make a pay. But like you said, I think the size difference will be a bigger factor on the night as well, and it'll take effect, I think, later on. So, but yeah, no, I'm still gonna put on a good show, and hopefully it'll be a good fight, and the fans will still be able to enjoy and telly, and we'll get the victory, and then we'll move on to the next and get back to where I need to be in the big fights and the world title fights.
How do you play the fight with Thomas on Saturday night? Do you look to kind of get the rounds under your belt, or if a stoppage is there, do you push for it? How do you actually look to play it? Because it's been so long since you last fought as well.
It's been a year since I boxed, really. Well, 11 months now. And Thomas is tough, strong. He'll come to fight, he'll come to win. But for me, it's boxing. If he's there to be took out, he will be. I haven't boxed in a while either, so don't get me wrong, I'm sharp, I feel good. Sparring's been going well, everything I got there, so I've got no complaints. But it's boxing. It's a very funny sport, so it's all on the night. I just turn up, do what I do, and I'm sure everyone will be impressed anyhow.
How are you expecting the fight to play out in your own mind?
Yeah, I haven't really thought about it yet. I normally just figure it out on the night. I just wing it.
Obviously, moving forwards, as we mentioned, provided Saturday goes successful for yourself, you are looking at that world scene. I know you said you was looking at a WBO eliminator for this card, which fell through, but is that kind of a most likely route you see yourself taking? If you consider the world champions at super bantamweight, who in particular do you see as kind of the strongest to weakest, if you were?
They're all world champions, so you can't really say there any weak ones. Really, they're all good quality operators. So, I mean, a fight with any of them, I'd be very looking forward to, and they're all great champions. So, I'd like to fight any of them. But obviously, I'm ranked number 3 by the WBO, so I was hoping obviously getting this one would have pushed me there and maybe get me a mandatory spot or something like that. But obviously that fell through. So, but I'm ranked in the WBC, and I think I'm ranked somewhere else as well. So, there's fights out there. Obviously, Matchroom's got, I think he's called MJ. I think he owns the IBF and the WBA. Yeah, he's a good fighter. So that's a good fight. I'm sure Ray Vargas just give up the title, I think, at WBC. So I'm not sure who's got that now.
Luis
So
Neri for WBC, I believe.
So the belts is changing all the time. You know what I mean? So there's fights out there. It's just obviously hopefully get them and they can be made, and I'll be ready for any of them, and I'll be looking forward to fighting any of them.
Just to move away from yourself, so I'm just quickly touch on the headline fight for the card, Luis Ritson versus Miguel Vasquez. Just your thoughts on that one for me.
Oh, obviously we've been training with Lewis, obviously all year, all last year, but he's in fantastic shape, looking really good. He's improving all the time as well. Everyone just thinks he's just a strong fighter, but I think he proved a little bit in his last fight against Davis that he boxed a bit, and since then I think he's come on leaps and bounds again. So with Vasquez, I think he's had his time. I think he's on the way down a bit. Lewis is on his way up. So I think you'll see a good performance from Lewis on Saturday night, and get through Vasquez as well, and he'll be looking to move on.
Just with Lewis, we've seen kind of Regis put a couple of things out, and we've seen Eddie Hearn put a couple of things out about a potential fight between Luis Ritson and Regis Prograis. In your opinion, is Lewis ready for a step up for somebody like Regis Prograis? Obviously, gave Josh Taylor a very, very close fight when the pair of them met last year.
Yeah. He's a really good fighter, him. Yeah, I watched him against him, and Taylor was a very good fight. But with Lewis, I think over this past year now, when there hasn't been no boxing on, but he's learned so much in the gym. I think you'll see a big difference on Saturday night. And if he can do what I can see him do on Saturday night, then I would say, yeah, I think he's ready for that fight. Yeah.
Just a couple more things to touch on before I do leave you to enjoy the rest of your day, Thomas. A big undisputed lightweight title fight on Saturday night in the night for us over in the UK between Vasyl Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. From your point, just kind of give me a little breakdown and how do you actually see that fight playing out?
Do you know what it is? I know the fight was happening, but I haven't really been taking much interest in it because I've been concentrating on my own. But what a fight! You know, what a fight! Lomachenko is one of the best boxers I think there is, and Lopez is an up and coming dangerous fighter who's full of ambition. You know, he believes that he'll walk through Lomachenko, but you know the tricks that he's got and the boxing ability. Oh, it's like a second to none, isn't it? So for me, I'm going to go Lomachenko, but you know, it's I think you'll be in for a really good fight.
And the final thing, Thomas, and I'm sure you've seen it yourself, Wilder Fury 3 is no longer happening. Just from your point, you know, what did you make of it when you saw that news, and what should open up the undisputed fight with AJ and Fury next year?
The only thing left is AJ and Fury. There's the only fight out there. Everybody wants it. It's opened up now for that because obviously the Wilder fight's not there no more. Obviously, I know they've got mandatories and stuff and that there to defend the belts, but I mean, two champions like that, who's undisputed, you know, if you put the belts aside, see who the best is. You know, I believe it's Fury, but I think it'll be a great fight. Everybody wants to see it. I think they should get it on.
Thomas, we'll leave that there now and we'll leave you to enjoy the day. Like I say, I know you can't really do much, but I'm sure you'll find something to keep yourself occupied. Before I let you go, the final word to yourself. For everybody who is going to tune in on Saturday night, what would you like to say to them?
Tune in, watch the show. Hopefully you enjoy it, and I'll see you all soon.
Thomas, appreciate your time. Stay safe, and thanks for Beats Boxing Social.
Thank you very much. Speak soon.